Johnson, and I read the book Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. So, in our society, women everywhere have to, they have to be the best at everything. They have to have the best boyfriend, they have to have the best body, the best clothes, just the best everything. And women are pressured to have the best. In Zora Neale Hurston's book, Their Eyes Were Watching God, tells a story about how she thought she needed a rich man to be happy, but in the end she finds herself and her self-worth and comes to the conclusion that she doesn't need power or riches to be happy. She just needs love, true love. So, Zora Neale Hurston was born on January 7th, 1891 in Alabama, and then her family moved to Eatonville, Florida, where she was when she was still a toddler, and her writings reveal no recollection of her Alabama beings, like her living in Alabama. But for Hurston, Eatonville was always home. So, Hurston describes Eatonville as a city of 5 lakes, 3 croquet courts, 300 brown skins, 300 good swimmers, plenty guavas, 2 schools, and no jailhouse. So, the book, Their Eyes Are Watching God, actually takes place in Eatonville, which is very close to where I'm from. It's about 15 minutes away from Orlando, and is the first African American community. So, the main character of the story is Janie, and the whole entire book is her sharing her love story with her best friend Phoebe. So, Janie's story starts off with her being the pet of a white family her grandmother worked for. Her grandmother ended up marrying her off to a much older rich man. He owned 60 acres of land. He had all this stuff. And Janie was only 16 years old. So Janie and her mom were both conceived by rape. So Janie started showing signs of sexual awakening at an early age, and her grandmother, she just wanted her to get married immediately, so she didn't really do anything wrong. So in her first marriage, Janie is absolutely disgusted by her husband. She hates everything about him. Even though he has all these riches, she doesn't care about that. So after a while, she runs away with another man. His name is Joe Starks. He's still a little bit older than her, but he's much more suave and debonair, just much cooler guy. So she thinks. So then they go back to Eatonville, where he becomes the mayor and she becomes Miss Mayor. Janie gets to live the luxurious life for a while, but that life again is short-lived because he would belittle her so much and beat her. So after Joe dies, she doesn't have to suffer anymore, and she ends up with another man named Tea Cake. Now Tea Cake is the man she has been looking for. He has something that none of the other guys did, which is spontaneity, and he just makes her laugh. He has fun with her, and that's something that she was missing in all her other marriages. She found somebody that she truly loved, and that truly loved her. But in the end, he ends up getting bitten by a dog that has rabies, and he goes crazy and tries to bite her to give her rabies, and then she has to shoot him. And then, after she gives him a very nice funeral, she ends up going back to Eatonville, where she tells her, and that's when she tells her friend the whole story about all of her marriages and her love life and all of that. And when she returns, she ends up happy, which is the goal, which was her goal, to just be happy, which is everybody's goal in life. This is a pretty old book, and I've read it before, but I decided to pick it up again and read it because in my life, there's been a lot of bumps in the road, and that just shows that the end result will be something that you've been wanting, something that you've been waiting for. And this book, the theme is finding your true love and happiness. And like Janie, she hit some bumps in the road. She had some love lost and in her marriages, but in the end, she finds herself and finds happiness. And that's the goal of everybody's life, to find true love, to find true happiness. And I just thought this was a great book to just pick back up and read again, and especially with everything that's going on in the world as far as race goes. It's just great to remember that through it all, even though it's not about necessarily racial issues, but through it all, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, so I love this book. And when we were assigned to read another book, I like to read, so I've read almost every book imaginable. So this book, I just love it so much, and I decided to read it again. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much, and thank you for a great class.